Hi, this is Poster Girl. Welcome to Beyond Bandwives. These episodes are about independent, trailblazing women who are creative, self-assured, and community-minded. Ladies that are inspiring, intelligent, and have learned to take control of their own destiny. They are beautiful and bold, both inside and out, and are the very women I hope to emulate. So hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have a real treat today. This lady is a poet, photographer, music lover, and a self-professed sassy ass, which spoke directly to me. She's a promoter. She's been in marketing, social media. She's a country music lover from Taylor, South Carolina, and knows the drummer for the Piedmont Boys really, really well. This is Sheila Merck.
Howdy, Rowdy.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for talking to me.
Well, thank you for talking to me and to all of us and sharing a little bit of yourself today. You are the all-around perfect lady for Bandwives and Beyond. You have your own connection to the music industry, your own passions within that, business savvy, attitudes, talents, and you are the significant other of drummer Tony Pilot. So why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself and whatever you want to share right here at the beginning as we sort of jump on in. You do have a very impressive and extensive resume, so I'm definitely going to want to know how you've ended up where you are today.
First of all, I'm blushing.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. Oh, you made me sound really good.
Well, y'all had good material to work with.
Thank you. How did I end up where I am today?
Yeah. I know. How do you put all the time in blood, sweat, and tears into just a few sentences?
I bore easily. Can we just put a period on that one?
Go ahead.
You know, I have a tendency to want to know something, learn about it, do what I do, and then I'm like, okay, what's next?
Okay.
Luckily, I have a background in television.
Yes.
So that helps.
Mm-hmm.
And that always kept me interested, whether I was, behind a camera or directing live newscasts or, live events like a telethon for a hospital or something like that. It kept me engaged, and it's fast-paced enough to not bore me,
Yes.
And television also helped me understand, when things are overmodulated and how to run a show and how the timing should be and, how to put events together because, everything has to happen in the proper time.
Sequence.
Right. So that's kind of how I see the world. Like everything is a show or an event, and everything should be choreographed in some sort of way to make it all run smoothly. Mm-hmm. And that, it creates the perfect situation for the audience member to be engaged.
I like that you said that. So just you and I did have a good long chat before we've started this podcast. And when we first started that chat, I was sitting in a chair, and it was a super uncomfortable chair. And as you said, Sheila, it's like, well, let's find something else. So what is that experience? There is no reason to be uncomfortable, and there is no reason to not set things up so that it is great for everyone.
Right. And especially like with a venue, I have a really, sometimes a really bad tendency to walk into a venue, and I'm like, okay, the flow could be better if. Yeah. Like the user experience could be better if.
Yes.
And I'm constantly walking into places and making notes. It's like, okay, there's not enough light on the lead singer, or if the sound person was more engaged, we could do it like this, or or the chairs. Like, let's slide the chairs over this way and turn off the monitors while the band's playing. Like, they don't need to be watching sports because they're here for the band. And, it's all sorts
I thought about that.
All sorts of things like that make it a better experience for the music lover.
Yeah.
Or, like, trying to figure out ways to get people into venues. Or, like, Tony played a show out in Indianapolis. It's called Duke's Indy is the venue. And they have a huge neon sign on the back of the stage. It says, "Please shut the fuck up."
I love it.
Yeah, he brought me that sticker from my refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because when we were at a venue, I was like, if the band is interrupting your conversation, you're in the wrong place.
Yeah, right. This is not the place for you.
Right.
And sometimes it does depend on the venue, too. Is it supposed to be ambient background music kind of thing, or is this a show?
Right. There's a big difference.
There is a difference.
If you've got a singer-songwriter over in the corner and you're having dinner, that's one thing.
Yes.
It is background music.
Yes.
I mean, but they're still hired for their expertise and their talent, so it should still sound good to anybody who wants to shut the fuck up and listen. You know what I mean?
Sit a little bit closer so they can get that experience.
Right. But like I told you in the car driving over, because I did work at a music studio for so long, and part of my job was to direct a live music video every Thursday night.
Okay.
I'm very in tune with how it sounds. Mm-hmm. I can't hear the fiddle, or the bass is too loud, or is he hitting that kick drum? Because I don't hear it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
I do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You
yes.
speak the language of...
this is my love language, okay?
Yeah.
But sometimes people ask me, how does it sound? And if I've been focused on other things, I'm not listening.
Yeah.
Like, it becomes background music. And it, I need to know, what is my job today? Like, am I here to help you with your sound check? Because that's really not my job.
Right. If you need me to play that role for a minute, I will.
You need to tell me.
Yeah.
Am I selling merch today?
Uh-huh.
Tony and I, we were in Hendersonville. I love Mike and the Moon Pies. Tony and they're amazing. They're going to be at Radio Room soon, and I'm just so excited. But Tony and I went up to Hendersonville, and they were playing, and they didn't have anybody to sell merch.
So you jumped in.
And so I'm like, "Where's your stuff?" And they're like, "In the bus." I'm like, "Okay, here's a table. Come on, let's get on this. Give me your prices. Give me your square. Like, let's get on it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you need me to do to make this better for everyone?
Mm-hmm. Including the band
and including the fans.
Yes.
Because they want to buy your merch.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm. How can I help you help me? Because I walked away with a cool hat and a shirt and all that sort of thing. For good. Just,
a little bit of time. Right. And thinking about that. So sounds like you don't turn that off, even whenever you're just
it's awful.
There to enjoy.
Yeah. Tony, he gets me. Like, and he understands that I'm probably going to have my laptop sitting there on the couch while we're watching whatever, because, like, I'm working on things.
You're always working. So tell me, what's your latest? What are you doing right now? I know you're working on the Upstate Music.
We've got Upstate Music Awards.
Yeah.
So I'm one of the primary committee members for that this season. It's been going on, this is the 4th year.
Okay.
And I've been involved in some way. Whether it's just, I've been the announcer for the event for the last 3 years, and I will be for this one.
Oh, awesome.
And I've been on the committee for 3 of the last 4 years.
Okay.
It's wonderful, and it's fun, and it's a lot of work, and it's something that needs to happen. People are like, well, it's art, so you can't really judge art. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But your opinion, even though it's subjective for some people, everybody's likes, preferences, dislikes, or whatever count.
Right.
Even when it's subjective.
Right. Yeah. You know, but you can tell what's good production.
Yeah.
And you can tell what's good songwriting.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell when somebody's a really strong singer.
Yeah.
Or when that guitar riff, man, it just like gives you goosebumps and makes you go, ooh, you know.
So what's your favorite guitar riff?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It would be too hard to choose, or depends on the day.
No idea.
Yeah.
I wake up with a song in my head every single day, and it won't stop until I either listen to that song or another song kicks it out.
Right.
You know, so I don't know.
So what's the last song that was in your head when you woke up?
This is going to sound like it was planned, but it wasn't. It was New Moon by the Piedmont Boys.
Okay.
And because, you know, it's my lover's band.
Yes.
They're like, you're always promoting him. And I'm like, well, it pays my damn mortgage.
Yes. And I really, really like him.
I really do.
I really like him.
I like him a lot.
Let him come home with me every night.
Oh, yeah.
Every night possible.
It's so funny. It's like, I told him at one point I'm going to get one of those Uncle Becca inappropriate trucker hats that says, I bang the drummer.
I think you should get that and the t-shirt to go with it.
Right?
It is. So here's my inappropriate moment, or one of the many that I have. So it's my husband, Chris. He's a singer too, but he also plays the native flute. So every once in a while in a gig, whenever something's going on or he's playing it or whatever, and my comment is, yes, I really do like his fingers. His fingers are very good.
Great flute, baby. Great flute.
Yeah. There's a reason he's good at it.
There you go. And my man can keep the beat.
Hope that wasn't too much. But
Right?
How did you and Tony even meet? Since we're talking about him a little bit, how'd you guys get together? So this is your band wife part of it.
Okay.
How did you get that?
We met at a show.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was, like I said, I was working for Red Air Studio, and part of my job was to go out and socialize. So, you know, meeting bands, talking to them, figuring out what they do, what they like, where are they recording, and do they want to be on my live show. Okay. Yeah, because every Thursday night.
Which was the Thursday night thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically it was a live music video.
Yeah.
So I was there with Leanne Long, or I met her there, and because she's with the Anna Lee Band.
Okay.
And I went and I was talking to her, and I met Tony, and we basically, you know, hung out all night. It was me and Leanne and her man Jerry and Tony and whoever else was there. Uh-huh. But it was pretty much whoever else was there. Yeah. And that was a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. So we texted each other all day on Thanksgiving. Okay. And then the next day. And basically by that, like Saturday or Sunday, I had texted anybody else I was even remotely flirty with. I'm like, yeah, that flirty thing that we were doing, we're not going to do that anymore. Done. Okay. It's like I met somebody with potential, and yeah. Well,
in our earlier conversation, you said you do have that kind of like things like, I don't know about that person, or yes, I do know about that person, kind of pops up to you pretty quickly. So it sounds like it did that with you and Tony.
Yeah. So. And you know, it was funny because I met him about a month before my 45th birthday. Okay. And I'm all about celebrating life and doing things, and you know, I have no problem with throwing my own birthday party. Yeah. It's like I can invite whoever I want.
Well, it's your birthday.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like, okay, so I invited people to a restaurant, and I'm like, okay, so on this day, at this time, we're all having dinner. Okay. And so there was probably like 25 people throughout the evening who came and went.
Oh, that's nice.
And at one point, you know, a group had come in, and I was introducing everyone. And, You know, I was like, okay, so this is this person, and they were my mentor. They taught me commercial production at WYFF in the 90s.
Okay.
And that's his partner. And then this is so-and-so. She's been my waxer since like 2010, and I absolutely love her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got the best costumes. And she's a belly dancer.
Oh.
And this is my daughter. And everybody's like, hey. And then I got to Tony. I was like, and this is my boyfriend, Tony. He's the drummer for the Piedmont Boys. And this is, and then, you know, I was like, and this is so-and-so, and he's with whatever band. And, you know, it just kept going around. And
So
then,
did you realize that you said that about Tony? Or
about
did you
4 people later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I just had to keep going, though.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
like, I would have owned it.
Right,
too.
right. I mean, you just keep going. It's like
Yes,
doing a live show. It's like, you just keep on going.
Yeah.
Right? So, afterwards, we were all going somewhere else. It was like, okay, this party's over. We're going to this bowling alley. We're going to hang out there for a little while, and then we're going to Tribbles. So, anybody who wants to meet us at different times can.
Right.
Here's no stress whatsoever. Here's the itinerary. Hop in when you can, or don't.
Yeah.
No worries. And we got in his truck, and I was like, I introduced you as my boyfriend. He goes, I noticed that. I said, I'm so sorry. And he just kissed me. He goes, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay.
That was it.
All right, good, because in my mind, he was like already my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we've been spending like every possible available moment together.
Okay.
So, yeah, I figured it was okay.
It was okay to say it. Yeah.
Bless his heart. He puts up with me really well.
Sounds like it, yeah. But that's, you know, those little quirky things are probably the things he would say that he loves most about you.
Yeah. Sometimes he's like, woman. And I'm like, I know, but he goes, woman. I'm like, yeah, but he's like, woman.
Psst, take it down. Take it down.
Okay, honey, you're right.
That's okay. Those are good. That's a good quality to have in your partner and your mate, to for them to be able to let you fly your freak flag as much as you need to, but know how to, like, okay, we've got to pull that thing down.
Right. Well, you know, I used to do this big 2-day party with my brother called Merck Mountain.
Really?
And yeah, it was like a charity thing.
Yeah.
So bands would play on Friday night, and then, you know, it would start up again on Saturday, and then we would like give the money to a children's home.
That's, oh my God, I love that.
Well, Tony got that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is the way my brain works. These are the things I want to do.
Yeah.
So most of the time he couldn't be there. I mean, we only did it a couple times before COVID and everything while Tony and I were together. But if he could be there, he would.
Yeah.
But he would never get upset when I'm in go mode. Like, if I'm in producer mode, like, I've got things to do.
Yeah.
This is not a date.
Yeah, I'm working.
Right. And it's just
I'm meeting my goals.
Right. Like, and when he has a show, like, I don't care where he is, if it's, you know, down the street or across the country, which frequently it is.
Yes.
Is like, you text me and let me know when we can talk.
Right.
Let me know what works for you.
And I can be present in that moment.
Right. And there's sometimes, like, I'd be like, okay, it's time for you to work. I'm going to go do this.
Yeah.
You know, or if I am on the road with him, which is very rare, I've got my camera and I've got my laptop, and he'll go to the venue and load in and sound check and do whatever he needs to do. I'm working.
Right. You take that opportunity to do the things that you need to do and what you want to do.
Right.
At
and
that
that's
time.
how we work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're both very independent. So peace out, baby. Love you.
Yes. Seems like you guys have figured out how to make those weird schedules and various life goals and things work for the two of you together. So it's pretty fabulous.
Yeah, it's nice.
So out of all the roles of producer, marketing, any of those things, video, event planner, all that, what do you like doing the most? And I said event planner, but I mean, I know it's you do a lot of...
it's all part of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
That's okay.
I hate even saying that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like doing all of it.
Okay.
And that sucks.
Because then you have to pick and choose sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that I can't do everything, and I'm a big fan of delegation.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Like, if it's a committee, let's all have
let's be a
grand plan.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, okay, these are my roles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So this is what I'm gonna take care of. This is what everybody else is gonna take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's work it. I used to be really bad at delegating.
When you have a lot going on, you have to learn how to do that part of it.
Yeah, because it's exhausting.
It is.
And just embracing the idea that other people have really, really good experience and ideas too.
Yes.
And, they're in my life for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's their opportunity to use their talents too.
Right, let them shine.
Yeah.
Like, let them do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to learn something from them. So let's make it happen.
Awesome. And I'm sure from someone, whenever you have your project and whenever you have when it's kind of like your baby, quote unquote, it can be hard to sometimes like, okay, I'm going to let go of this little piece here because I know this person can do it. So that's probably something that you have to learn to embrace for yourself a little bit sometimes too.
And because of the way my brain works and, all of my previous training, it's like I can look at something and see how to improve on it. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't make it. This is not my thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's your baby. But these are things I see that could make it a better experience.
Yeah. Just from the outside looking in.
Right.
Kind of.
And, some people are like, I need to mind my own business. Yep, I totally do. I'm not going to most cases. I'm just not.
Yeah.
But, I mean, anybody that I make a suggestion to or give any sort of feedback to, it's coming from, like, a completely honest and genuine and loving place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you seem like you are a very genuine person. There's nothing that
I'm weird as hell, and I own that.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I mean, if somebody takes the time to pay attention, and they like want to share this with you, and if I do share something, it's like, I'm just gonna leave this right here. Whatever you do with it is.
Right, you're just saying.
Here's
my thoughts.
I'm not looking for a job. I have a job. I have plenty of
several
jobs.
jobs.
I'm good. But these are the things I see, and I like you enough to tell you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a problem for me. I'm working on that. I probably need therapy.
It just has to figure out how to work it in sometimes, I guess. And my guess is that most people are way more appreciative of that extra little perspective than not.
Right. Well, it's like if I have people over at the house, I put up notes all around the house.
Yeah.
Like, these are the things you need to know.
Okay.
Like, extra toilet paper is under that sink. Garbage bags are over there. If you see something that needs to be done,
please go right ahead.
Handle it.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't have to ask permission.
No, you don't. Like, go for it. If you see something that would make your experience at this gathering better,
or somebody else's experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Just let's talk about it. Or, these little notes should answer any questions.
Yeah. You don't have to wonder or worry about anything.
It's like, let's just make life happy for the people who are here.
Exactly.
And that's the way I want a show to be.
So let's going back into, as I've mentioned, you have quite an interesting resume. How did you find yourself where you are in terms of promoting and any of your marketing and social media? How did you get to this point with what you do, like because you've worked in TV stations, you've worked at like you've mentioned the Red Arrow, and it's not just been one TV. You've done several different things.
Yeah, a couple times at some
yeah,
level.
yes,
Just crazy. Dumb luck frequently. You know the saying, "It's not what you know, it's who you know."
Oh yeah.
Well, frequently, what you know introduces you to people.
Who you know, yeah.
Right. So
so you get to know those people.
Right. It's just really the willingness to sometimes just get out of my comfort zone. And sometimes it's just sheer necessity.
Yeah.
You know?
You don't seem like someone who's afraid to get out of her comfort zone.
I actually have some pretty heavy-duty social anxiety sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I don't have a role to play...
You don't know what to do with yourself.
Right.
Okay.
Like, don't put me in a room and expect me to mingle.
Ah, okay. Not a mingler.
Right.
Okay.
But I can help with catering. Or I can, like, set up the lights. Or, you know, I have to have something to do or I'll die.
So if somebody came up to you and said, you know, I'm having this party and I'm really, or this event or whatever, I'm really worried about getting people kind of going, kind of excited or whatever. And if they came to you and said, Sheila, can you talk to people? Can you make sure that, like, if someone asked you to be the role of the little social butterfly,
absolutely,
okay, that's what I
like. That my heart goes bling.
Yep,
I'm on this. What kind of costume do I wear?
Yeah. Okay, so
what's the party theme?
So you brought up costume. I want to talk about this for a hot minute here. I do know you like costumes and you like creating characters and things. So tell me a little bit about that. How'd you get into that, and what's your favorite character, and what's the last costume you were in?
I love outfits, and I love history, and I love anything vintage. And my man has told me if I bring one more thing into the house, we're going to have to have a major conversation. But, I mean, like, I have an old telephone that's just art. He goes, it's art. I'm like, yes, it's art. But...
you mean like the old style
it's
rotary
a rotary
phones?
phone.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a turquoise blue.
The princess phones?
No, like it's like a 1950s telephone.
Awesome. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I turned 50 at the end of 2022.
Okay.
And Tony was playing. I just turned 50.
Birthday.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
A month or so later.
Tony's band was playing a private event. It was actually a wedding. And so my birthday is the day before New Year's Eve.
Okay.
So I was going to be with him no matter what.
Yep.
I don't care, you know, are we going to Alaska again? Because that's wherever we're going to be, we're going to be there together for my birthday and New Year's Eve. So I have a buddy, Jeff Rose, who has Sweetheart Photography in Charleston.
Okay.
So I sent him a message. I'm like, Tony and I are going to be in your area for my birthday. What do you think about doing a 50s or fab photo shoot? He goes, I'm in. I mean, like, I didn't even give him any other details.
Right.
Just like, I'm in. And he and I have worked together on like a 1940s Santa Claus Christmas pinup shoot.
Very cool.
Oh, girl.
So you were the pinup?
Yeah. Yeah. We did that. I think that was right before Tony and I met. We did that one, or right after we met. But yeah, he and I have worked together multiple times. And so for my 50s or fab photo shoot, Tony was in it.
Yeah.
He and I had never done a photo shoot together.
Okay.
You know, other than like family Christmas, basic stuff.
So was he like, yeah, I'm all into this, I can be the character with yours? He was like, okay, I'll just do this with you.
He said, I will do whatever you want me to do.
There you go.
And
you're a good man, Tony. You're a good man.
And he was, he helped with ideas. He's like, okay, so I can wear those Chuck Taylors. He has a shoe collection, by the way. Like, the man has shoes, and he loves clothes, too. So, yeah, he was very much involved in his costume.
Okay.
And it's basically the clothes that we already have.
Right.
Like, because these are clothes that we wear.
Well, sometimes just the right combination of those clothes is what you need to get the feel, to get the character,
and it works. For this one, I had a little black scarf and a bubblegum pink puff sleeve sweater that was kind of cropped. And I love tutus. I have several. I need more. Tony says I don't because I drive a Mini Cooper, and if I'm in my Mini Cooper
it's like poof.
I know. He goes, baby, there is not room for both of us and that damn skirt in this car.
It's like we're gonna make room for this.
I had to tuck it under my legs.
I know that tutu stuff can be stiff.
Yes.
But yes, they are fun.
Yes. So they, I have multiples of those. But, so we did a 50s Are Fab photo shoot for my birthday. He and I had only known each other for about 3 weeks when I was invited to a Christmas costume party.
Wow.
And so, I texted him and I was like, so how do you feel about costumes?
Okay.
He goes, where are we going with this conversation?
Yeah. I know. There's so many different directions.
I need to know where.
Yeah. Where's the context?
Yeah. Tell me what are the parameters of this conversation right now. I said, okay, so Christmas costume party.
Okay.
Are you in? And again, he goes, tell me what you want to wear. I'm like, absolutely. Right. Yeah, and I knew at that moment, I'm like, oh, he is so mine.
This is it.
This man is so mine. And since then, we've gone to the Big Easy Ball at Artistry Gallery.
Oh, yeah.
And, dressed up in a 20s dress with a boa and a mask. And he, again, was very involved in the costuming because, we had to coordinate, of course.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And so we did that one. And then my son's wedding was a big one. And that's not a costume, but it really was.
Well, I mean,
it's still,
So was it like a formal type thing? Okay, so it's formal wedding.
And
it's not clothes you wear every day, so therefore
it
is.
Right. And he was in a Navy suit, and it's kind of like this cool plaid kind of thing. And then I had on a navy blue satin mermaid dress. It was sleeveless. Yeah, I love clothes, and he loves clothes.
Me too.
So I was like, oh yeah,
Very nice.
Yeah.
What's your favorite costume that you've done, or character that you've created over the whole years? Anything? What's your favorite?
My favorite, honestly, was when my daughter was about 3 months old. Okay. And my son must have been 6. We went to a Halloween costume party. Okay. And she went as a baby doll. Yeah. Obviously, because she still is. She was a baby doll. She was a baby doll. She's 21 now and just still a rock star. He went as an army man. Okay. So I had a little camo outfit for him. His little snaggle tooth. Man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah. Love that young man. And then I had on black faux leather pants and a white tank top, and I had on a red furry jacket, sort of like this white one I have right now. And my hair was twisted to look like braids or dreads or something like that. Yeah. And my son asked me, Mom, what are you supposed to be? I said, son, I am myself before you guys came along.
That's great. Yes. Woman before her kids got here.
Right.
Did he go, what? Okay, whatever. Yeah. Fun. That's great. I like that too. Yeah. I like that too. So do you do mostly pin-up kind of stuff whenever you do your photo shoots, or you do whatever genre strikes your fancy at the moment?
It's whatever. Okay. I just love fun stuff, really. Yeah, I love anything creative. Like I was telling you earlier, I was like, I meet up with my dad usually about once a month. Yeah. And, I'm always taking pictures. And he's like, you can see something in anything. And I'm like, yes, Daddy, I can see something in anything. Yeah. Well,
and that is just a gift to have that eye of whatever's because not everybody can see like the beauty in this little possible lens that you're gonna take that picture.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tony hears music constantly.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the windshield wipers. I mean, he's like tapping along to the windshield wipers. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, he is a drummer. He is a percussionist.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter where we are.
Mm-hmm.
There are sounds coming in, and he can create something out of that.
Yeah. He's going to find that pattern or that.
Right. Or he's going to add to it and make it better.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's just...
How to incorporate that into whatever creative thing is going on in his mind at that time.
Yeah. And that blows me away.
It blows me away, too, that people can do that.
Right. You know, he's just... The way he's talented is so different from the way I see the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's just... Because I'm never going to say that I'm talented. I'm just weird and quirky and I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I just want to...
You just you. It's just
right. I just want
are.
to do my thing and be happy and make something. I don't know. It's weird. I have a daughter who is, her name's Tuesday. She, like I said, she's a rock star. She's a chameleon.
Okay.
And like her hair is constantly changing. Her makeup's constantly changing. She's one of those little golden nuggets.
Yeah.
Who can like do anything artistically.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what she wants to focus her energy and practice on at that given time.
Yeah.
And so having her in the house and Tony there, you know,
They
it's...
bounce off of each other.
They haven't gotten there yet because she just recently moved in with us. But it's nice because, like, I think they can, like, relate to each other in that musical way. Mm-hmm. And, like, I don't know, it just makes my mama heart really happy.
I don't know. It does make your heart happy whenever you see your kids kind of that... when you look at them and you think, oh man, gosh, look at that person.
Right.
They're a whole person. They're a whole, likes, wants, talents, goals, whatever.
Right.
Even though they get on your nerves like crazy sometimes, but...
And I know for a fact that I get on her nerves.
Oh, yeah.
And that's okay.
I do with mine.
Yeah. But, you know, she's picked up gigs, like, doing karaoke.
Oh, really?
You know,
so she's
so
a vocalist too.
Yeah, she plays piano and guitar, and she sent me a text the other day. She said, so I wrote a song in German, and I just recorded the bass part of it.
Jeez. And
Yeah.
So she speaks German, or she just said, I'm going to...
No,
okay.
yeah, she took German in high school.
That? Wow. Okay.
But, like, she's a sponge, you know?
She's just
So, I'm
absorbing it all.
like, the drum kit's there, and the piano's in the living room, and, like, you can move your amps and your guitars and your bass, like, into the living room. Like, that way,
It's all right there together.
Yeah, and and I've got gear. Like,
Do you play instruments?
no, I suck at all of that. No, and, you know, I can sing poorly. And, like, I'm the promoter one, you know? Like, I'll shoot a video for you. Or, like, I'll do your social media. Or, like, here, let me help you do whatever so that you can do what you do and not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm
When it
not
comes to
good
playing,
at that sort of thing. I can hear it.
All right.
And I can know what's wrong. But, no, I don't even want to flatter myself thinking that I have any musical talent whatsoever.
Okay.
No.
I'm not a very musical person. I love to dance, and I love creating the characters and doing the photos too. But playing an instrument is not my thing. I mean, I did the piano lessons when I was younger, but they didn't really stick.
No. Like, I figure, I'm going to gravitate toward the things that I'm supposed to gravitate towards.
Yeah.
So, that
just
really wasn't one of the things I went toward. I went toward a lot of other things.
So, what In talking about Tony and such, do you have a favorite song that he plays, cover, original, or anything? Is there a favorite?
I really like New Moon. I like Boomerang. That's off their most recent album.
Okay.
When he and I first met, he sent me a YouTube video to a band that he was in many years ago. And that band was called Nothing Saint. And it is not honky tonk, and it is not country, and it is not even slightly like Southern rock or anything in the genre that we do now. Which is
what you kind of prefer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I love everything.
Yeah.
But, like, I grew up on 80s country.
Yeah.
And, like, I really love that true country sound.
Okay.
And I love bluegrass, and I love folk. I mean, it's just, it's what speaks to my heart.
Yeah.
You know? But he was in this band, and I don't want to call it metal, but it was really hard rock.
Okay.
But it had this double bass drum, and it was like so well produced, and the lyrics were good, and the production was awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I played it and played it and played it and played it, and I was like, good.
Tell me the name of it again?
The band was called Nothing Saint. And now, at this moment, I can't remember the name of the song.
Oh, that's okay.
But I will find it for you. But, oh, my God. I just got goosebumps. And I was like, this is the most incredible stuff.
Looking at your face talking about this, you could tell. It's like, oh, yeah, she likes that song.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
It spoke to her deep inside.
Well, it showed me what kind of musician he is.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, I love country music, but those drums were not country music. Like, it took a serious drummer. You know what I mean? It's like, that's some talent right there. You know? It's like, it was incredible. And I was like, oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
He is so mine.
So was he hooked as fast as you were? Close. It must have been close because you did talk about introducing him as your boyfriend.
Pretty like a month later. Yeah. He kind of made me work for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I knew he
liked
liked
to work
me.
for it.
I think with him it was just sort of like needing the time to get to know me.
Gotcha. Okay.
And making sure I was real.
You're right. Well, he was as a musician, he probably sees all kinds of stuff going on. Right. So to be trusting of that. So
yeah.
So I keep wanting to ask you about your tattoo on your finger.
Oh. I got this on my daughter's 16th birthday. We were in Seattle and visiting my son who was stationed out there in the Navy. And I was divorced a couple years before that. And I had this moment of, you know what, I don't need a ring on my finger to define, number one, who I am, what kind of relationships I have.
Right.
Like
or even want to have. Yeah.
Right. I do not require a ring on my finger.
Yeah.
But I do like having a ring on my finger. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's pretty cool. It's kind of a different spin on that. So it's nice. Because it looks like, nobody can. It's sort of in the shape of a ring, and it's obviously like a little stone in the
it's like a little moonstone with purple and turquoise, and then it's got little black rings around
it.
Yeah, it needs to be touched up. It's been there for quite a few years, but
is it the only tattoo you have?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
You even got one. Howdy Rowdy. I love it with the boots.
Yeah.
Wow. These are beautiful.
I typically get tattoos when there's a reason.
Okay. Yeah.
My mom passed in 2020, and then I got that the following year on her birthday.
Okay.
and I don't remember what got that one. That was
cowboy hat.
Yeah, I got the little cowboy hats and the little stars, and this will end up being a half sleeve with like a snare drum here.
Oh, cool.
And then a little camera there, and I just haven't scheduled those because I typically will travel to a tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm. Do you go to one particular one? You kind of research out and see who you want to get next. So they are interesting. They all have their own styles.
And I think it's disrespectful to go to an artist and ask them to do a style that you want. That's not their style.
It's not their style.
That's completely disrespectful.
I agree. It is. I mean, well, and it's. I mean, you wouldn't ask anybody else in any other field to do something completely out of their
right. Right. It's like going to a singer songwriter who, is more folky and asking them for like hip hop,
exactly.
And I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
No, it doesn't.
No, you have to respect who that person is and the artist that they are, and whatever style of art they perform or create. Yeah. But I'll find somebody wherever I want to go, and I'll be like, or I'll find like somebody on Instagram, and I'm like, where are they?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, do you have a show in San Antonio coming up in the next year?
There you go. This is the nice thing about being able to travel a little bit.
Right.
Even though sometimes your travel gets wrapped up into other things, but
we typically wrap our vacations around a show. So it's like when I mentioned going to Alaska, like they played Matanuska Brewing Company in Eagle River, and which is just outside of Anchorage. And so I flew out there the day before they did and had a little adventure, and then met them, and they played on Friday night, and on Saturday he and I went to a glacier and went and did things, and then flew home.
Did some tours, so very cool, very nice. Is that the furthest you guys have ever traveled for that? Have you ever been outside the country?
I haven't yet. That's the plan for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
But as far as the Piedmont Boys, they play all over the U.S. They just got back from San Diego. There was one of the PGA guys has a charity event, so he hired them to come out and play that.
Oh, that was good.
Of course, they do like bike weeks all over the U.S. And I think coming up maybe next weekend or the weekend after that, they're like in Iowa and then Nebraska, and I never even blink. I'm
wherever it leads them.
It's like, can we match up our calendars, please?
Let's sync up a little bit here.
Yeah.
Babe. So I'm going to ask you a couple other questions here.
Okay.
So if you could tell 15-year-old Sheila anything, what would you tell her? What do you wish that she knew?
Go get ADHD meds immediately.
Okay.
Because it's not you. It's just the way your brain works.
And that being said, you kind of brought up, I'm interrupting you a little bit, but you brought up something that there are all kinds of brains, and there's no reason not to use the tools that are out there.
Right.
And people should be aware.
Right. I had no idea.
Help to, spread that awareness a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
it helps a lot.
You said that. Yeah.
And it helps, getting a diagnosis helped me understand the way my life went.
Yeah.
I mean, my resume. Yeah. ADHD.
All over.
I do bored easily. So I needed to know I'm not just flighty.
Right.
I can focus on things, but it's only things I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So keep my interest.
That's right.
I wish I'd known that. I wish that. I think that's the big thing.
Okay.
Because I've enjoyed my career, and I've enjoyed meeting people, and I should have gone to college sooner.
Okay.
Because I took time off and tried to figure things out, and dated a lot of losers and all that sort of thing. I think there are so many opportunities that people don't even know about.
That's true.
You know, so
Can't even fathom.
no. And until I got a little bit older and got more comfortable with myself, you know, I didn't even know a lot of what was out there.
Yeah.
You know, always try new things. You know, meet new people. You don't have to hang out with them.
No.
You don't have to like everybody.
No.
And everybody's got an opinion. You don't have to argue.
And they might not like you.
And that's okay, too.
Yeah.
Because I know there are people who think I'm a complete bitch, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, this is just my opinion.
Oh, well, this is me.
Yeah, we don't have to hang out together. It's okay.
It's a great lesson to learn.
Yeah. Try new foods. You know, listen to new music. Listen to things that your friends aren't listening to because you might like it.
Yeah.
Don't have to, like, do everything that they do.
That's right. Carve your own path sometimes. So tell me your guilty pleasure. As innocent or salacious as you want.
Daggum romance novels.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nah, don't say
Oh,
that.
I know. But they have to be funny.
Yeah.
They have to have sex in it.
Yeah.
I love it if there's some sort of supernatural sci-fi kind of thing in there.
Okay, cool.
And I like female detectives. If you can, like, throw all of that in there.
I bet that's in there. I bet you
Yeah.
find that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So like hardcore sex or like romantic kind
I don't need
sex?
50 Shades of Grey
Okay.
because I have a really good imagination.
Yeah.
But, you know, just playful and flirty.
Yeah.
You know, get a little loving in there.
Yeah.
You know, everybody needs their hardcore stuff at home.
Yeah.
I don't need to hear about it. Do your thing. I got my own. You do yours. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. And cookout milkshakes, Heath Toffee.
Oh, Heath Toffee. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's remember that one.
Yeah.
Up to.
When Tony and I first met, he made a point to tell me that he ate meat.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay. So apparently someone that he had been with in the past,
Didn't.
right.
Yeah.
You know, that was not in her diet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't get this ass from eating salads. So I'm just letting you know. I'm like, I got curves. And
right.
they're probably not going
And
anywhere.
it's not from tofu.
No. I'm like, yeah. This is what I got.
That's it. So, Sheila,
Yeah.
you are awesome. You are just a beautiful, awesome chick, and I have totally enjoyed spending my time with you today. And
Thank you.
I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you coming to talk to little old me.
Oh, you're
And,
precious. I love this. I've had so much fun today.
Yes, me too. Me
Yay.
too. We're going to get together and do it again.
You need to show me around Shelby.
Well, we will. That's where we're headed now.
Good.
All right. Awesome. Thanks for listening to Beyond Bandwives. Look for our next episode. Until then, this is Poster Girl wishing you a beautiful, badass life.